Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome back. Took last week off, just had a lot going on. A lot of stuff in life, Sometimes you're just like, I just don't have the energy, you know. Thought about doing a reenactment, didn't. Thought about doing a podcast, didn't. Thought about doing another pitch, Candyman pitch, didn't do it. I didn't do a damn thing. Anyway, but I'm back for the podcast at least. I'm going to do another reenactment later, which will be one very aimed at the season that is Halloween. There's a little hint for you. If you've been enjoying those reenactments, I'll be doing another one of those tonight, later on the channel. So check that out. Yes. So yeah, as you can see, I'm wearing this jacket. It's very puffy. It's like a George Costanza puffy jacket. It's Reebok. I got it at my work. Because I realized I was wearing this jacket, this little spring denim jacket, and I had my leather jacket, and I realized that I did not have like one for the winter, and I'm like, I need to get a winter jacket. And it was unreasonable. It was like $60 or something like that. So, excuse me, throat's a little dry. Drinking some cider. So I got that, and it's also really cold. Like it was like 29 degrees out there. I mean, it's probably gotten warmer now, but it's really cold to stay in my apartment. It gets cold. It's like, so I'm just going to wear it here on this podcast to show you just how cold it is. Can you see my breath on the camera? You cannot. That was a dumb thing I just did there. Try to forget it. You didn't see nothing. All right. So, boom, 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 boom. Let's talk. I'm trying to remember. It's like I was going to go back and watch the previous podcast, which was episode 13. So this is episode 14. And I realized, I'm like, man, I don't want to sit here for 52 minutes and listen to myself talk. It's like, who wants to do that? But I was trying to remember if there was things I've talked about, show-wise at least, that I've watched, and things that I haven't talked about. So there might be some repetition here, just because I was like, this guy's just rambling. He's not saying shit, just like right now. Haha, self-deprecation, baby. So yes, I got this Spirit Halloween. I got this new mug. Now, I will admit, yes, as a friend of mine pointed out, Michael Myers does not have eyebrows on his mask. But, it's fine. See, what happened was I had bought a Halloween mug many years ago, and then by some hook or crook, Anna kind of stole it, or she thought it was hers. So she kind of, to make it up to me, bought me this one. So now she has a Michael Myers mug, and I have a Michael Myers mug. And that is how the world works, and that is how marriage works. Compromise, people. And we're having some cider. We got that from there's like an apple farm near where the pumpkin patch is that we go to, and we always get some fresh made cider. They also had cider donuts. Were freaking good. I only got one, but man, I kind of wish I'd gone for a whole pack, honestly, because these were freaking delicious. But yeah, super nice guy. But yeah, we had gone to Spirit Halloween, and speaking of Spirit Halloween, check out some of the stuff I got. Now, we are going as the Munsters this year for our actual. We're not having a party because things just got crazy the last couple of weeks, and it's like, well, fuck, it's this weekend already, and we haven't invited anybody. So, plus other friends weren't able to bail that normally go, so it's like, we're gonna go out. We had a friend working at a place. He's a cook at a bar that we've passed hundreds of times, so we're gonna go out there. I think they got a karaoke thing going on, but we're gonna go out in costume. But we're going as the Munsters, so Herman and Lily Munster. But Halloween should never just be one, thing. It's like some people will dress up multiple times as multiple different things, and I say that is awesome. Now, we use a lot of this for our video stuff, but got myself a new Michael Myers mask. Now, you'll notice this has got the blood running. This is actually a Halloween 2 mask, apparently, or based on that. Now, I didn't go for the rubber mask, which is like $70, and the reason I didn't do that is because I had bought one of those for $70 many years ago, and then after a couple times of wearing it, like the hair started falling out. Like they have actual like wig hair and stuff like that, but it actually fell out. Like I'm like, what the hell? It was like Michael was going through chemotherapy or something. Which is, I know it's a horrible thing to say, but still, it's like that's what it was resembled. It's like he's lost all his hair. What the hell? So this one will not lose his hair. It's plastic. It's also probably going to last longer than those rubber ones anyway. And then I got a new screen mask as well. So that's a little ghost face there. Of course, I already have a Freddy Krueger claw and a Jason mask. And then I just had to get the Pennywise one just because it looks creepy. I'm like, you know. And I just, it's good to have masks. You can always think of fun things to do, Halloween-based sketches. We're doing some couple Halloween-based sketches over on Adam and Anna, so check that out. A couple Adam and Anna. We're still we keep fluctuating between 129 and 128. Like, it'll go like, hey, we got a new subscriber, and then like 5 seconds later that disappears. It's like, well, that was a bot. So it's like, dang it. We're at 36 here. We're still trying to build. But trying, like I said, the reenactments. We're trying to do different things at the channel. Somewhat the podcast. Well, I guess I'm doing more than anything, but somewhat the podcast. Trying to do more stuff. Like Anna will come on here as well. She just didn't sleep all day, I'll tell you. Trying to do more things together and talk about things together. But for now, this is what we got. So, let's try to do more reenactments. We're going to do more things where we pitch things. As like, let's tackle Star Wars, or we talked to DC before. We haven't done one of those in a while. We should get back to that. Or the rank our Marvel movies and all that. So, the ongoing MCU. We're trying to do some different things. Try to see what hits with that algorithm, Darn that algorithm. This is my pen waving at you. But I also am here on a Friday during the day. It's like 11:40 in the afternoon. Or it's not the afternoon. It's not noon yet, dummy. It can't be the afternoon. It's almost noon. So usually I've been doing this on Saturday nights lately, or Saturday afternoons. But I was like, you know what? We're going to have plans tomorrow and, at least do stuff. And I already got stuff going on earlier in the day. So it's like, let's just get this out of the way on Friday. And I'm going to try to, if I have the energy on Friday, I'll probably keep doing this. Or the podcast might be bi-weekly. It's still kind of up in the air. It's the Rambling Podcast. Shit just happens. Anyway, we're also really preparing for a sketch show. I got to learn something really neat. Just a little personal thing. They sent us a bunch of marketing materials. 18th and Union is the name of the theater. They sent us a bunch of marketing materials and things like we'd always done like some posters here and there. But a lot of times we wouldn't get the advertisement out a lot, and then be like we had this disaster experience with our last show, which we didn't get a chance to promote very well because we had so much going on, and I've moved recently to Friday nights when we used to do Sunday nights, and the first Friday night there was an improv show going on upstairs at the other thing, and lovely people. I met the person; they were very nice, but all the people went to their show, and we had these 2 people come down, and it was like, oh cool, well it's just 2 people, it's better than nothing, It's like, and that's not a norm for the show, 2 people, but sometimes it's tough to get people there, but. The neighborhood's not the greatest, but anyway, then all of a sudden the guy goes upstairs, and he comes back and gets her, and they leave, and I'm like, no, but they're at the wrong show. They came to go, and then it was so weird, it was so dead in there, the place where we performed, for a Friday, it was barely anybody in there. I'm like, man, this is I'm used to that on Sunday nights being kind of dead, but Friday nights. Why are people not here? It's it's a former speakeasy and stuff, and it's you'd think it would be more of an ambiance about it, but it's also Halloween time. People are going to haunts. People are going to staying at home watching scary movies. I get it. I love the season myself. So, but it was just kind of soul crushing because you're like, oh, no one is here. I drove all the way out here. I paid to park. I had a whole thing of candy for anybody that came, and ended up just taking the candy back home. But oh well, life happens. But anyway, we're trying to prepare for this show. We're calling it Greatest Hits. We chose a bunch of sketches that we've done over the years. Some from this year, but some from previous years. And we're going to put on a big show at 18th and Union. And I learned how to make a poster. There's a great group. They are not a sponsor, but I'll say it anyway. Canvas, guys. If you're looking to you're like, I have no idea how to make a freaking poster. How would I do it? Well, you go to Canvas, and they give you kind of little building blocks. And you just kind of put your information on there, what you need to do. You can do posters, you can do little postcards things, lots of other things too. You can print right from there. You can save your work, you can erase and come back. Like I said, I'm not a very artistic person at all, and I even was figuring it out. And I'm like, well, I actually sent them a poster right to the unit. It's we're going to take another picture because the picture I had was old and has people that aren't in the group anymore, but it's what I had. Anyway. But it's really cool. So yeah, if you're looking to make a poster or something like that, guys, check out Canvas. It's actually pretty fairly user friendly and helps you out. And again, they gave us a lot of good tips on marketing that I'm trying to really incorporate. Because sometimes you get kind of just complacent. Because we do a lot of shows, like a lot. There have been times where we did a show every month, and so it's like one time it's trying to get people to come to a show every month is tough, unless you're just really freaking popular, or you have a lot of really good friends. But which I have none. Anyway, kidding. No, self-deprecation, baby. Woo. But yeah. So anyway, like I said, we're just catching up here. But I'm really putting all the energy into trying to do that. And so, yeah, there was a point in there somewhere, and it just flew out my head. But no, if you are in the Seattle area and you want to check out Turbo Turkey's greatest hits, we'll be at 18th and Union. It is in Capitol Hill area of Seattle. 1406, I believe, is their address, on 18th Street. So, 18th Avenue, that's what it is. They will have the tickets up soon. We just sent out the information for that. We are on their calendar. So, yeah, there'll be a 7:30 p.m. show and a 3 p.m. show. So we get a little matinee in there, too. So, if you're in the Seattle area and want to check out some sketch comedy, come check out Turbo Turkey, because this is where we are. It's where we're in our element, okay? All this great humor that you're getting from me right here in this for 11 minutes, that's the tip of the iceberg. Imagine people who are actually funny in the show. Self-deprecation. It's all self-deprecation humor. That's every single sketch. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway. Strike that. Reverse it. Pretend I never mentioned it. So yeah, we're busy with that. I don't know if I mentioned the last time. Well, last time I did a podcast, I didn't mention it, but maybe I mentioned it in passing in the other videos I did. But I did actually just have a birthday. I turned 45. Holy shit. Like, holy crap, I'm 45. But, like, it was fine. We got, I had to work during the day at my soccer job. But, like, yeah, it was fine. We went out to eat and stuff like that, which was nice. And we've done some other fun stuff during the weekend. And Anna really got me some nice things as well. In addition to the mug, of course, I also got some other things that I have chosen not to share on camera for reasons. Actually, forgot what the hell she got me, actually. That's how memorable it was. I've totally forgotten everything she's got me. No, it's around here. Where is stuff? I know it's so weird. Why did I not, know? It's weird that none of it is in this room. Or is it? Or is it? Yeah, I really don't remember. Anyway, so memorable. No, it was a very nice birthday, I remember. I had a nice birthday. It wasn't my favorite birthday ever, but it was decent. It was fine. We've had some fun times. Anyway, I gotta go to the movies again soon. But I don't know what to see yet. Debating what to see. And the Marvels is coming out, and I've heard there's some kind of secret cameo in there that they're not mentioning. They said the basic description from what I've heard was that it was someone who was really good for the role that they were cast, but was in a bad movie. And I'm like, well, that narrows it down. Like there were some people who were saying, is it Kelsey Grammer's Beast? And it's like, they've already confirmed it's not, which is like, oh, well, that would be interesting. It's got to be better than his Frasier reboot. Oh, I don't know. The trailer of that, I just I like Kelsey Grammer just fine, but and I liked Frasier and Cheers, of course, but I don't know. It just doesn't look good. I don't know. Is it good? Has anyone else seen it? Let me know in the comments if you have. Anyway, let's get talking about the shit I've watched, because I've watched a lot of shit. Because especially we got a TV. I don't know if I mentioned that last time. We got a TV finally. So all the streaming services, we got it all on the TV. So Anna hasn't really used all that much of my streaming services, but now she can do that now, because it's just boom, we're signed in, we're hooked up. We can watch our own videos on the TV on YouTube. It's pretty cool. It's we've jumped into the 21st century, people, or 22nd, whatever century you're in. I don't know. But it's about a 32 inch, or no, 43 inch. 43 inch. That's what it is. So it's good size, good quality. The only thing, sometimes the Wi-Fi is choppy. If the weather's crappy, the Wi-Fi gets a little choppy, and then it freezes up and shit. But I think we need to replace this router at some point, because we've had it for a while. So I'm sure that's a factor. It's been playing okay the last couple of days, though. So it was raining a lot this week. So, but yeah. So I believe I said I talked before. I only Murders a Building. I finished that. Really good. Looking forward to another season. In the middle of Gen V, Billions, and Loki, which I'm enjoying. Last Billions I watched was last week, and really good. Like I said, Damian Lewis's character is back, Axe is back, fully in the thing. It's definitely building up, and yeah, I give credit to oh god, the actor, he's a bald guy. He was on The Strain, and he was an Ant-Man. Corey Stoll, yeah, he's actually really like pulling off like a Lex Luthor like type role with his character. I'm like, man, maybe something to think about, James Gunn. Think about this guy. If you're going for an older Lex Luthor, he couldn't hurt. He'd be good. So yeah, enjoying Loki thus far. I think it's pretty solid. It's fun. It's interesting to see where it goes, but it's definitely, the acting's good. It's it's fun. It's funny without being too corny, which sometimes Marvel can do. It has its serious moments where it needs to be serious, but doesn't overdo it, like Secret Invasion, where it was just drab and all over the place. So yeah, no, that was me with it. And Gen V is a lot of fun. I said I really like. I had actually talk with my friend Liam, because he was talking about how he's actually preferring Gen V to the boys simply because he feels like these characters, while they are flawed, feel like they have somewhere to go where they might improve themselves. Whereas you watch the boys, you just know these characters are just awful fucking people, and that's kind of the end game. The Homelander's not going to be like so super good. He's Homelander, so it's like, it's just, but so in terms, I said I give boys an edge simply for Anthony Starr's Homelander, because he's like worth the price of admission, his performance. But if you go by performance alone, then yeah, absolutely, I would give the boys the edge. But in terms of like Gen V's it has a very X-Men feel to it, and I think that's what I like about it. The Cricket's my favorite character. I think she's good. The guy with the puppets too is pretty. He's an interesting character. It's kind of interesting. Like, everybody else is fine too. It's interesting noticing what these people have been in. It's like, hey, and like I noticed the one mind reader guy he played Satan's son on Supernatural, Jack. He was on there, and it was like, and then Jensen Ackles had his cameo. It was just like, man, all sorts of Supernatural people popping up in here. It's pretty cool. So yeah, all those are good. Enjoying them. I still have not seen Osaka, but there was all these other things I was watching, so it's just like I'll get around to watching it at some point. I'll just kind of binge it or something. I still have thankfully not watched any of that American Horror Story season, because I refuse to support Kim Kardashian and her horrible family. I don't. She's not a fucking actress. Stop pretending like she is. So yeah, screw that noise. That's how I feel about that. Yeah, I'll drink this cider. Michael Myers stares at you with his non-existent eyebrows. So anyway, yeah, that's how I feel. After season 10, I just kind of checked out. I didn't even watch the last season. I'm like, I don't. And Kim Kardashian does not sell me on wanting to. It just feels like Rosemary's Baby ripoff. I know, like, it just feels like everything. I don't know. Ryan Murphy's thing is like, lately, it feels more like he's trying to homage other movies, which can be done well and sometimes, and can be okay sometimes, but then sometimes it can almost feel like just total ripoff. And I know this season was based off a book, but the book still feels very Rosemary's Baby like, and it just doesn't feel like, it's like, okay, well, that doesn't sound interesting. And I can see that working to a point if you had better actresses than Kim Kardashian in it. And I guess Emma Roberts is fine, but like, this isn't like it's Jessica Lange and Kathy Bates playing in it or something, where it's like, oh, well, at least they'd act the hell out of it. Or even, what's her face, who I've forgotten. She played in, she was in all the seasons. Anyway, I don't know. I got too much stuff in my brain right now, so I don't need to name every goddamn cast member of American Horror Story. I won't watch it. Anyway, so it's been, I got through my Night Court phase. Now I'm watching Cheers again, because that's on Paramount. I also noticed Wings is on there too, so I have to check that out again. But yeah, it's been fun watching Cheers again. We, because my friend Josh, was staying with us for a day or two, and hey, watch Cheers, yeah, hell yeah, because we always quote Cheers and talk Cheers all the time. And we both decided to start, like, it was like season 6 when Kirstie Alley joins the show, because admittedly, like, the show was always good, but like I feel like it got better after Shelley Long's character left. It just felt like it got better. And then, like, so it's kind of like with Night Court too. Like, I'd watched I'd seen all of the episodes at one time or whatever, but like my recent rewatch, I'm like, I'm just gonna start with when Marky Post joins the show, because that way it's like, okay, I'm getting the best of the best here, This is when the cast were like getting together as a team, and really found their groove. So yeah, it's been fun watching Cheers again. Good times. And yeah, of course you're gonna look at Cheers and be like, oh, that's dated. It's like, of course, yeah, Sam Malone's whole characters. Come on, guys. The things he says and gets away with. But much like Night Court, we get it. It's dated. We don't need an article on Google about it. Have you noticed that, guys? Have you ever noticed how people just like always have to have these articles where it's just like, well, you don't want to watch this movie because you're going to have to learn some hard truths about it. Like, it was one about the Mummy. I'm just like, oh my God, shut up. Just shut up. Like, yes, a movie that was made in 2000 area is a little bit dated. What? Shocking. Movie made in the 1960s is somehow appalling to today's generation. What? I am shocked. Boy, I definitely needed that article to tell me that. I mean, come on, people. Jesus Christ. Like, no one cares. Just shut up. Just shut up. Like, watch the movie, don't watch the movie, don't like the movie, like the movie. I don't give a shit. But, like, we don't need articles about it. Shut the fuck up. Next thing you do, you'll start a podcast and ramble about shit. Another self-deprecating joke. I'm on a roll. All right. So yes, Cheers. I've also really gotten into, and we had watched it on vacation. It's the first time I'd seen it. But there's a show called Bar Rescue. I don't know if it's still on. But, like, they have the old episodes on Paramount. I'm fucking hooked. I'm not going to lie, man. I'm hooked on this shit. It's fucking hilarious. It's very repetitive in terms of what happens, but I figured just like Kitchen Nightmares and things like that, you're going to get, I used to watch Tabitha Takes Over the Salons, too, on Bravo, back when I had cable back in the day. Yeah, I'm not going to deny it. I did. I watched it. You got to watch something sometimes. I thought she was really funny because she would take over these salons that were really nasty. So it's kind of a similar concept. He comes in, he's like, it starts out as like, bar is not just running a business, it's a science, and no one knows better about science than John Taffer. I've memorized the intro. That's how crazy I am. But he usually brings in like a really well-trained bartender or someone who's won some bartending awards for being a fancy bartender, being a really great Tom Cruising cocktail. And then usually a chef. Who's renowned or something like that, and he'll come to the bar, and then it's usually like finding things that are like, oh, this is wrong, this is what you got to change. But it's interesting because almost every single time he comes in there, and like either one of the bar owners or people in there are being total assholes, and he just says fuck this shit and walks out, or and then you think, oh, he says, I'm leaving, I'm not coming back, and then like literally like the next day, well, I'm back. Okay, well, that was pretty cool. And then, like, usually it's like he'll come in there and either the kitchen will be really nasty or, like, the bar, like, they found, like, fruit flies in the drinks and shit. And it's like, this is inexcusable. You're getting people sick. And, but then he'll always yell at someone, and then they'll have a stress test where they'll totally fucking fail. And then you think, like, he's going to give up on these people. And then you have people who are drinking while they're serving, which... like getting hammered drunk, like legitimately hammered drunk. Now he does occasionally get somebody to actually like counsel him or something like that, but it's like it's not like these guys are like fucking suddenly no longer drinking, It's not like they're cured of their addiction from drinking. It's like the one guy out there with a couple of was like, I'm an alcoholic, I know, and I'm like, then you probably shouldn't be in a fucking bar. I mean, and it's always interesting because like it always works out too. Like I've not seen an episode where like they flash back to like, well, that bar failed and they've already closed. John Taffer is very disappointed. Like they don't do his follow up like you would with Kitchen Nightmares, or sometimes you go back, or like with Tabitha start where it's like, oh well, it's like it just feels like kind of like it's not like it's not real, but it's not. It feels like there's some stuff they might like stretch for because it just feels like well. But this always works out no matter what. Even if this person is a total alcoholic or a gaslighter, that's fine. Like, what's funny is that first one we saw was a gaslighting one, and it was just like this gaslighting couple. This guy had knocked up this other woman while his wife was pregnant, and there's a whole falling out, and everybody hated him, and he was drinking a lot at the bar, and you could tell when he was on red face, and he was constantly blaming his wife for their failures, so really gaslighting. And then like they have this thing where like they bring in like some like Jack Daniels Whiskey Company or something like that, and he's in there taking shots. I'm like, what the fuck? You just talking about this guy's fucking drinking on the job and being belligerent and all this other shit. Yeah, let's give him some whiskey. Let's give him some high-end whiskey. I'm like, what the fuck? You're enabling. That's called enabling. So yeah, it's funny though. John Tavern's hilarious. I just like when he's like, get the shit out of here. That's funny. I definitely like it. I'm definitely hooked on it. I can't deny it. It may be trash TV. I don't care. It's fine. So we also finally, Shudder put up the second season of Chucky, for the love of God. And we were going to watch it on Hulu, and then like Hulu's like, well, you have to get this add-on plan. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. I do enough of that on Amazon. Have practically every damn streaming service there is. But yeah, we watched like the first 2 episodes, I think. But it was pretty good. I'm really enjoying it. Devin Sawa is back as another character. It's just funny. But yeah, it's enjoyable. It's a good show. I look forward to watching what, I think there's only like 4 episodes of season 3 because of the writer's strike and stuff. Which the writer's strike's over. Fingers crossed on that actor's strike getting over. You know, we want some goddamn good shows and movies coming. God damn it. So yeah, Chucky's good. We like that. We also, I don't know if I mentioned, we watched Totally Killer on Amazon Prime. You can watch it right now, actually. And it's like Kieran Shipka, I think her name is. She's the star. She was on that Chilling Adventures of Sabrina that Netflix did, and she's been in some other stuff too. But yeah, it's basically almost like Back to the Future if it was a slasher film with a headroom, max headroom killer. I think I might have mentioned this in the last podcast, but yeah, it's really good. It's a lot of fun. It's got that same type of humor as like Happy Death Day and stuff, or like Freaky. I like that. I do like that. It's a good concept in horror that they're taking like other movie ideas and putting a slasher twist on them. I think it's a good move. It's a good move. I've heard there's this new body swap one that like is got Heather Graham in it. It's supposed to be pretty good. I forget what it's called, but let's check that out. Trying to check out a lot of the spooky stuff because it's spooky season, baby. And you know what? I can't believe Halloween is on Tuesday. I'm just depressed. Like I feel like October has just flown by, and I'm like, no, I'm not ready for Thanksgiving. I'm not ready for freaking Christmas. I want more spooky time. Spooky time. Anyway, I also got to finally watch the South Park specials, the post-COVID and the streaming wars. Those were both hilarious. Enjoy them very much. Look for it. I haven't seen the new one yet. There's a new one too that they just put out, but I still like it. Some people are like, I think my brother's like this with The Simpsons, and I'm like this with South Park, where like I've watched every single season and like every episode and anything they do because I just think it's still funny. Like my brother, you know, and a lot of people will say, "Oh, The Simpsons run its course," and that's fair. But my brother still watches it. He still like loves it. He collects all the stuff. I don't collect all the freaking collectibles for South Park. I've had some things in the past, but no, I love South Park. Some people are like, "Oh, I've lost your touch." I'm like, yeah, I think they're pretty funny. It has a certain humor that some people like and some people aren't gonna like, but I don't know. I think they are pretty good. I've always liked their humor and stuff. I especially love the "Where you been, Randy?" one-dimensional character. You know that was a funny ass song. that P guy that was "When I'm gonna be on a P." Yeah, that's funny. And post-COVID was solid too. I felt bad for Cartman at the end though, but it was solid too. I enjoyed that one as well. So I think I mentioned I finished Tulsa King. And that ended great. I really look forward to a second season. I think it got a second season ordered, but that was really fun. It's got a good style. I've always liked Stallone. I don't know. I just he's a decent actor. He's not the best actor in the world, but I've always thought he was solid. I think he's a stronger actor than Schwarzenegger. Although I give Arnold all the credit in the world for trying. And Arnold's. He's solid in action films. He's decent in comedies. But Stallone I've seen like really give some good acting performances. Besides Rocky and the original Rambo, Copland, he's pretty good in. So I really enjoy Tulsa King. This good ensemble cast as well. So yeah, Tulsa King is definitely really fun. I haven't checked out any of the Yellowstone yet. I would like to watch the one that Harrison Ford's in because it's Harrison Ford, of course. But yeah, Tulsa King's fun. You should definitely check that out, baby. So let me tell you an experience I had a few weeks ago. On our channel, on our TV, there's a couple of like kind of free channel things that you can watch, or movies you can watch through these free things. And so Spirit Halloween movie came up on that. And let me tell you guys, usually I can stomach a lot of things and get through stuff, and it's like, even if it's not great, I can kind of laugh at how bad it is, and like, it's like, I'll just finish it and then I'll make fun of it and trash it, you know. I couldn't even do that with this movie, guys. Like, outside of Christopher Lloyd popping up in the first 5-10 minutes, I think I got maybe 15 minutes in, and I was just like, I don't need to watch this movie anymore. It was just, the kids were so goddamn annoying. Like, I did not give a shit about these kids. Like, the kids, like, kicking his sister's princess things down. This is not Halloween. And I'm just like, and then he's got a crush on his friend's sister, and his other friend is like, oh, we want to go to the high school party. We don't want to dress. We're in 7th grade. We don't want to dress in costumes. Go trick or treating. We're too cool for school. Or you wearing a costume. And I'm just like, I don't. Fuck you. You know. Let the spirit Halloween monsters kill you. I don't care. I was just like, I don't need to watch this. This is trash. This is exactly what I was afraid it would be. So yeah, fuck Spirit Halloween movie. But the company is great though. We had a good time at Spirit Halloween last week. We were just like, that is one like thing that like reaches towards you and shit. Like, I usually get the kind of scare like, you know, but that thing like reached toward me. I got a little frightened. I have to admit, a little bit of a jump scare, I must say. I also watched this silly movie called Elevator Game. I think it's on Netflix. I think was it Netflix? I think it was Netflix. Maybe Amazon. I don't know. It's kind of silly. I guess it's based off of some, I don't know if it's a creepypasta or what the fuck it is, but it's basically you go up and down an elevator, and there's a certain floor if you have to close your eyes, otherwise this like woman will kill you or something. It was kind of silly. It was okay. It was decent, but you know, it's not the best thing I've ever seen, but it's fine. It's fine if you just want to turn your brain off for a while. Okay. Oh, VHS 99. I did watch that, and I did enjoy it. I really did. It was much better than the last one. Or not 99, 85. I already watched 99, you silly bastard. 99 was not very good. 85 was solid. One of them was directed by Scott Derrickson. And that was actually pretty good. You could tell like his style and stuff like that if you've seen Sinister and stuff. Or the Black Phone. He's definitely got a very style. I like his style because it has kind of a Carpenter-esque styliness to it. Same thing I thought of with the guy who did. Why am I forgetting movies names today? I worked all night. That's probably. But like, yeah. God, what is it? It Follows. Yeah, like I really like that guy's style too. He also did that great movie with Andrew Garfield, Under the Silver Lake. Yeah. Weird movie, but great. Yeah, so that was pretty solid. I enjoyed it. It was some were better than others, but overall I thought the stories were decent. Because that's the thing with VHS. Either the stories are gonna be engaging and you like them, or they're just gonna be shit. Because sometimes the central story doesn't really tie up well, and you're just kind of like, that central story sucked. But like it's one of those things like VHS. First VHS, great. Second VHS, okay, not as good. Doesn't have as many stories. I felt. Viral was a piece of shit. 94 was decent. And then 99, outside of like one segment, sucked. But 85, I recommend it. I think it was pretty good. It's a good watch. Also, really liked Boogeyman. I really liked the Boogeyman. I thought that was solid. For a PG-13 horror, I think they pushed it pretty well. I thought the little girl was good. She was the young Leia on Obi-Wan. I thought she was really good. And they got one girl from Yellow Jackets was playing her older sister. I thought she was really good as well. I thought the Boogeyman spook effects, it reminded me very much of that movie Lights Out. A very similar concept. But I like that movie, so I enjoyed this movie as well. If you were thinking that, just a little spoiler, if you were thinking that David, I can't pronounce his last name, but you know, he played Polka Dot Man and he's been in a lot of movies. If you thought he was going to have a really big part in this movie, I hate to break it to you. He does not have a very big part in this movie. Like 5-10 minutes he's in it, and then he's gone. So there's a full spoiler on that if you haven't seen Boogeyman. But it's good. I like it. It's solid Stephen King one. I also watched this weird movie. It was Random Acts of Violence. It's on Shudder. It's Jesse Williams. I forget who else is in it. But like he's basically like, he's like a comic book writer. And he writes like, I think he writes this comic book called Slasher Man, and he based it off the like real crimes of some serial killer or something like that. Well, we turned out, you know, and then someone's trying to recreate all these pages and all that of his comics and all that. to get his attention, essentially. Well, it turns out to end up being like the guy that was the slasher that he based it on legitimately like killed his fucking mom right in front of him. But yeah, it was very graphic and like very bloody and stuff like that. Like it was vicious. I'm talking like Hannibal Lecter, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like gory. It's very gory and very vicious, and like it's just like, man, like you kind of feel sympathy for the main character, but you kind of don't. Like he's kind of an asshole too. But like at the same time, you're happy when you see the fucking serial killer finally get his, because man, what a sick asshole. But it was interesting. Like it was very. Who was it directed by? It was directed by a Jay Barra show. You might remember his voice from How I Trained Your Dragon. He was a bunch of Apatow movies and stuff. But I thought it was solid. It was an interesting idea. So not bad. Spoonful of Sugar was weird as fuck. Let me tell you, because like this girl who I'd seen before. I think, but like she answers an ad to be a nanny for this kid and ends up connecting with this kid and almost trying to like pushes in her way to have an affair with the husband and all this stuff. Meanwhile, the mom's like trying to connect with him and he's constantly slapping her and all this shit. And then she ends up digging up like, you know, bones and animals and stuff like that in the backyard. But what we don't find out is that she thinks she's won him over as his new mommy, and he ends up like basically killing her. And then it's like, oh, there's another body to bury, so they hire babysitters and then he kills them. I mean, that's pretty much what it is. I'm like, it was a clever twist. I thought it was solid. It was solid. The Seed was also very weird. That was basically like these three kind of popular, you know, ditzy girls. They go out to this beach house, or they're like influencers, that's what it is. And they end up getting some kind of alien thing inside them, which just then becomes really very erotic and weird, alien-y thing. And it was definitely weird. Not bad though, not bad. What else we got? Oh, I mentioned I watched the original, or not the original Cat People, the remade Cat People that had Malcolm McDowell in it. Now it's funny about that. Now I don't know if it was the original that my mom saw or this one, but my dad said my mom absolutely like couldn't watch it. Like it freaked her out too much. People turning into cats. She just couldn't do it. So I was like, I'm interested in watching this movie. It is kind of freaky, I will admit. And like I don't think I've seen the original, but like it is kind of freaky. I won't lie. People turning into cats it's a freaky. The way they do it is very freaky. So it's a good watch though. It's like John Larroquette's in there. It's good. Old Dads. I watched this movie called Old Dads. It's with Bill Burr. It's kind of a buddy comedy, but it uses a lot of his stand-up material in it, which is fun. Like there's a couple of things I related to, like the people on the scooters that are just like don't feel like they have to obey traffic laws or stop at stoplights. And I'm just like some of his rants. I definitely like. Yeah, I get that. I agree with that. It does kind of devolve a little bit into your typical kind of, you know, buddy comedy. He's got to make it up to his wife type of thing, you know. But you know, so it's pretty good though. I liked it just fine. I think Bill Burr is pretty funny. He's got good stand up, and like I said, I don't agree with everything he says, but I can see what the points he's trying to make. And so it's pretty funny. That's on Netflix right now. And wow, have we come to the end of the list here? Oh my god. And I also got to watch Nightmare Before Christmas with Anna recently. Now I think I'd sing it many years ago, but I don't know if I'd ever sing it all the way through before then. So that was kind of a treat. Of course, Anna was singing all the songs because she knew them all, of course, because that's my wife. And so that was cool. So what else is going on in Adam's world? You know, working, living the dream, drinking cider. I'm so excited. There's my Harry Anderson. All right, so it's been about 38 minutes of me talking about movies and other things. Probably going to wrap this up because I don't think there's too much else. I've plugged the show. I've talked about what's going on, TV, all that good stuff, all the stuff. Stuff's going on in the world. I don't get too political on here too much, but apparently another MAGA person has been elected Speaker of the House, so that's not great. Not great, but it is what it is. There was a big shooting in Maine. That's sucky. But apparently it turned the Maine Democrat to call for a ban on assault weapons, which, you know, probably a good idea. don't get me wrong, I'm not going to sit there and say, like, if you ban those, that there will never be another shooting again, because, this continues to happen. But there's a lot of different... It's a tough issue to talk about, because I think there are a lot of, like, variables in it. It's like, yes, I don't really see why anyone needs a AR-15 or whatever it is. Whatever you want to call it, goddamn thing, I don't give a shit. But, like, I don't really understand why anyone really needs one of those, because, I mean, they're basically just killing machines, so they're not good for hunting, and they're not, you can't just have a handgun, or a rifle or something like that. If you really want big, just get a freaking regular rifle, and, there you go. I mean, if you're protecting your family, as you try to say, why would you need that big of a freaking gun? But, I can understand, like, if you live in a really bad neighborhood, maybe, or, like, you're worried about break-ins, but, like, if you're just living in a house, most of the time, a decent neighborhood, I don't think you really need a freaking assault rifle. Anyway, not going to get too political on that. I'm sure some people will comment in the comments about my rights. But, whatever. Read the Constitution, idiots. But anyway, yeah, it's for muskets, guys. Muskets. Anyway, let me get off that soapbox. That's not how I like to end things on the podcast. Like I said, try to stay out of politics too much. What else is going on in the world, guys? What else? We're still waiting on the actors' strike to be over. And, yep, Halloween's on Tuesday. I'm going to try to do another pitch for Candyman. The last one got like 2 views, or maybe a couple more since then. I don't know. So that was disappointing, considering some of the other pitches I've done have gotten many views. Maybe people didn't want to hear. Maybe it was like, yeah, Adam, maybe people don't want to hear what some white man has to say about Candyman. Let me think about that. But I like Candyman, so why can't I pitch it? Anyway, I pitched all the other horror things. Is there, like, some rule? I don't know. But, like, yeah. So I'll probably do one. I need to rewatch Candyman 2, just to kind of get the ideas so I can pitch a follow-up to it, just like I did the other one. But if you haven't watched that, go and watch it. Because I worked really hard, guys. I worked really hard. Yeah, cool. Is there anything else valuable of information going on in the world? Sports. Detroit Lions are actually playing pretty well. They lost last week, but they're getting better. I'm a Rams fan, but like I kind of like to root for teams that don't usually do good. And when they start doing good, it's like, oh, that's cool, good for them, I am very happy that Notre Dame has lost 2 games, which means they can't win a national championships. I grew up in South Bend, and that's all anyone ever talks about. Notre Dame football, Notre Dame football. And I have a lot of friends and some people in family that are Notre Dame fans. That's fine. That's fine. But I can still hate them, and I always will. So I have my reasons. And no, it wasn't because I applied there to get. I would never have applied there if I wanted to. They're a bunch of uppity assholes. Anyway, not everybody there. I have friends that work there, and they were good to some people that work there. And if you work there, they are good to you, absolutely. But if you don't work there, well, anyway, I won't get off on my Notre Dame soapbox either. Anyway, like I said, ain't much else more to talk about here, guys. So thanks for watching episode 14 of the Rambling Podcast. I may be back next week with one, or I may not. Ooh. But I will be back with a reenactment later tonight. So check out that later on. And you have yourselves a good night. Like and subscribe, guys. Let's build these subscribers up. Let's build them up. Let's aim for 40, baby. End of the year, 40 subscribers on this channel. I don't know why I got an old prospector voice there. That was weird. Sometimes voices just come out of me, and then I turn into a pirate. It was weird. All right. So anyway, guys, have a good day.